We are now live on YouTube and Facebook. Chairman, you have the floor.
Executive Director Gitteroff, please call the roll.
Thank you, Chairman Johnson. Good afternoon, Commissioner.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Chairman Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Sacks. Here. Commissioner Pratt-Winkle.
Here.
Commissioner Randall.
Here.
Commissioner Maldonado.
Here.
Commissioner Whitley.
Here.
Commissioner Steele. Chairman Johnson, we have the floor.
Very well. This is the portion of the meeting for public participation pursuant to the Open Meetings Act. The public comment period is held. Registered speakers will be allowed 2 minutes to provide comments. Please proceed with comment.
Thank
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Good afternoon.
Madam President, and staff of the PBC. I would love to see the PBC at this time start to take a more active role in the need to build our badly needed athletic facilities. No doubt the PBC, while maybe a little understaffed, has the knowledge and has the ability to build 15 badly needed 400-meter tracks and artificial turf fields. I know there's some state law regarding the work of the PBC, which I haven't fully been able to research, but I really wish to see the PBC become the advocate for the badly needed athletic facilities for CPS and the park district. You can't depend just on the park district and CPS alone deciding to do things. And I also believe that the PBC has, in some ways, better building preparation or better construction methods in some cases. There's certainly, I'm glad to see that a new field house is going to be built on the far west side. There are many locations across the city where we need new field houses. I also want to see the PBC to have a better understanding of the entire city's landscape for the athletic facility deserts that are all over the city, and how many high schools are orphans when it comes to not having a athletic facility, a field, and a track, even within 2 or 3 miles of the school. Sometimes it's up to 5 miles they have to travel for practice. So I really would like to see the PBC take an active role in changing this. I certainly think that it's a good deal. And I also think the PBC should do a bond issue up to $100 million just for these badly needed athletic facilities. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Newman. Chairman, that concludes our public speakers.
Thank you for consideration and approval of minutes of the regular meeting held September 10, 2024. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
There is a motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of the minutes of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. Now this is the portion for nomination and election of the chairman and officers of the Public Buildings Commission of Chicago for terms ending September 30th, 2025. Chair recognizes Commissioner Sacks.
Thank you very much, and it's a privilege for me to nominate the following people. As Chairman, Brandon Johnson; as Secretary, Mary Pat Whitler; Assistant Secretary, Jessica Higgins; Treasurer, Arnold Randall; and Assistant Treasurer, Tanya Fair Weekly.
Thank you.
I would like to say it's been my privilege. I know everybody here, and it's been a privilege to have the honor of nominating you.
Very well. Thank you, Commissioner Sacks. There's been a nomination. Is there a motion to approve the recommended nominees?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
There's a second.
Can you second the nomination? Thank you. It's been moved and thank you, second. I got it.
I'm sorry.
I've gotten better at the Robert's Rules of Order here. So there's been a motion to approve the nominees. It's been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. Now for the report of the Administrative Operations Committee regarding the meeting held on September 25th, 2024. The chair recognizes Committee Chairman Maldonado who will present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee held a meeting on September 25th, 2024. Our report is as follows. The executive director provided an introduction to the proposed 2025 PBC administrative budget and the Richard J. Daly Center operating and capital budget. The Director of Finance then gave a detailed analysis of the budgets. The Executive Director will provide details on these items during his budget presentation. The Director of Procurement reported on a task order award for environmental engineering specialty consultant services to a previously appointed firm. The report is under tab A5A. He also reported on the construction manager and design build guaranteed maximum price reports for various projects. The list of projects, firms, and current GMP amounts is included under tab A5B and A5C. The Director of Procurement reported on a recommendation to approve amendments as follows. Photographic documentation services to Munsterman Services, LLC, DBA Multivista. Design architect services to FGM Architects, Legat Architects, Inc., and SMNGA, Ltd. Audit services to Deloitte & Touche, LLC. The amendment report is also in packets, under your packet under tab A5B. The Executive Director reported there were no field orders above the reporting threshold and provided a recommendation to ratify a change order in the amount of $75,603.62 for the Belmont Cragen Elementary School project under tab A5E. He also reported on various outreach opportunities. The AO Committee accepted the recommendations and reports from the PBC representatives, and that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the report.
There's been a motion to accept this report. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This report is accepted. Now for the report of the Executive Director regarding the regular reports, development status, and other matters. Chair recognizes the Executive Director.
Thank you, Chairman Johnson. We have an update on PBC's activities since our last board meeting. Recently, on September 19th, PBC was honored to serve as a panelist on HACIA's vertical design panel and networking event. Also participating were colleagues from the Capital Development Board, University of Illinois, and DuPage County. It was a great opportunity for the team to discuss transformative projects that are shaping Chicago's landscape with a spotlight on innovative design, engineering, and construction opportunities. HACIA is one of our valued assist agencies that support PBC's work and the positive impact it has on residents and their families. On September 26th, we hosted our fourth Assist Agency Conference as part of our commitment to continue to strengthen partnerships with all the assist agencies and proactively work on strategies to better support small, minority, and women-owned businesses. The intent of these quarterly conferences is to continue to maintain open communication regarding procurement opportunities and enhanced outreach efforts. Dialogue encourages ongoing collaboration with the assist agencies and their membership. Finally, at a recent board meeting, Mr. Chairman, you had asked that we share the results of the positive impact from our community hiring program. First, I'd like to say that the PBC establishes the city residency and community hiring area requirements for each construction project. PBC defines the community area by the neighborhood and surrounding areas where a percentage of the total hours worked on a project must be performed by residents of that community area. Once the contracts are awarded, PBC collaborates with its contractors to determine the anticipated resources required to perform the work by trade. The information is useful to the team to ensure compliance not only with the contract requirements, but also other opportunities for work on PBC projects. Since May of 2023 through today, the total hours community residents worked on awarded PBC projects is nearly 6,800 hours. PBC will continue to collaborate with its contractors to promote community hiring through project completion. The PBC supports these efforts by scheduling in-person and virtual community hiring events for residents interested in working on PBC projects. The events connect residents with hiring managers and to learn about the diverse range of career paths available in the construction industry. PBC has hosted 10 community hiring sessions since May 2023, where job seekers had opportunities to engage in real-time conversations with hiring managers, making the application process more accessible. The hiring events are open to all residents interested in exploring construction career opportunities on any of PBC's projects. The community hiring events are posted on PBC's social media platforms and website, in addition to being shared with assist agencies, community organizations, traditional media, and aldermanic offices. On the screen, and Mr. Mayor, we had presented this previously to you at one of our cabinet meetings, but on the screen, this is Nevaeh Del Real. Nevaeh is a Westtown resident, City College's Dawson Technical institute student, and a first-year apprentice. Nevaeh is a cement mason who was hired by Summit Construction, an MBE company, during one of PBC's virtual community hiring sessions conducted on July 16th. Summit Construction sponsored Nevaeh's apprenticeship, and she is now signatory to Union Local 502. Nevaeh was invited to join us today, but she's working on one of Summit's projects, therefore she can't be here. She has aspirations of one day opening her own masonry construction company. PBC will always be here to support Nevaeh. The PBC will continue to encourage local hiring because it creates local economic opportunities, fosters workforce diversity, and strengthens ties between the project and the community. By hiring locally, under your leadership, Mr. Mayor, PBC invests directly in the surrounding area, leading to long-term social and economic benefits, in addition to helping to ensure that the project reflects the needs and values of the people it impacts most. Finally, on October 8th and October 10th, we have 2 upcoming virtual community hiring sessions scheduled for the CDOT capital program for LE's package number 2. That concludes my report for item A6.
Thank you, Mr. Executive Director. Is there a motion to accept this
There
report?
is a motion.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. I'll just brief comments here. So the work that we are doing with our community colleges here in Chicago, had a conversation with Chancellor Salgado recently about some of the other initiatives that we've been pushing on the city side. And enrollment is up, I believe, at Malcolm X College, 48%. But here's the exciting part about reason why we needed to see those perspectives there is because the subgroup that is registering the most at our community colleges are Black men. So between the ages of 18 and 24, the registration and enrollment is up significantly, in part because of the work that we're doing, where we're literally going to the schools and we're grabbing them by the hand and enrolling them. And of course, you know, whether it's the specific dynamics that the city colleges offer, where there's interest, but there's a tremendous interest in construction. So as we continue to be more intentional through the PBC, our community colleges, as well as what we're doing in the Office of the Mayor, is creating deeper links starting as early as the 7th and 8th grade and creating those pathways sooner, so that with the $20 billion of investments that continue to come and the other development that is online, that we have a workforce that is prepared and ready to go. So very encouraging. I think the work that we're continuing to do to align people to work is the ultimate goal. Anyone else wish to speak to this report? All right, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of the second report, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. This report has been accepted. Now for the consideration of approval for the Public Building Commission's 2025 administrative budget. Chair recognizes Executive Director Gitteroff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and special thanks to you and all of our commissioners here at the table for the guidance and leadership over the last 12 months. Today, we are pleased to present 2 budgets, the proposed 2025 PBC administrative budget and the proposed 2025 Daily Center operating and capital budget. Both represent a positive outlook for PBC. As PBC previously reported, 2024 presented an opportunity to welcome new and renewed relationships with our municipal and county partners. One of them is sitting here to my right, by the way. As a direct result of the PBC's partnerships and strategic efforts, we are happy to report a balanced budget for fiscal year 2024. In addition, PBC has worked diligently to ensure the proposed 2025 administrative budget remains flat by carefully managing our resources and expenditures, where we can meet both immediate needs and long-term goals without compromising fiscal responsibility. With your support, Mr. Chairman, and our commissioners and our municipal and county partners, PBC's projected working plan for 2025 is currently trending up. In addition, PBC is proud to present a diversified portfolio of investments across various sectors. This approach ensures resilience, mitigates risk, and opens new opportunities for growth. At this time, I'll provide details on the proposed 2025 PBC administrative budget, which is item A7 in your board book. On the screen, this slide depicts 2 different scenarios. The PBC WIP as reported during 2023 annual meeting versus this year. As you can see, our current WIP projections for 2024 and 2025 have increased significantly. The PBC projects the 2024 WIP at $149 million, which is an increase of $75 million as reported a year ago. Our 2025 WIP is anticipated at $183 million, an increase of approximately $140 million. The next slide shows our projected WIP by agency based on amount and percentage of total for fiscal year 2025. It also illustrates how the PBC has diversified its portfolio with new clients and on a variety of different projects. To further demonstrate a more positive outlook for the PBC, last year we reported that the organization's resources and expenses would be operating in a deficit. I'm very pleased to report this is no longer the case. PBC is projected to end the fiscal year 2024 with balanced expenses and resources. As we look towards the 2025 budget year, we anticipate a similar pattern and outcome. For 2025, PBC is pleased to announce our anticipated resources will meet our projected administrative expenses. With that being said, the proposed 2025 administrative budget expenses show an overall increase of 2% or approximately $175,000 from the 2024 budget. The total administrative expenses budgeted for 2025 is approximately $8.5 million. We have remained committed to upholding our standards of excellence, delivering projects that matter, and ensuring that PBC continues to be a beacon of fiscal responsibility and effective public service. We will continue to explore innovative solutions, strengthen our partnerships, and prioritize all projects so that they yield maximum benefit to all residents. With this proposed budget, PBC is moving forward confidently and strategically, ensuring prosperity for all while safeguarding our future. This concludes my report on the 2025 administrative budget.
Thank you, Executive Director. Is there a motion to approve this
There's a
recommendation?
motion, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion to approve. It's been seconded. Are there any commissioners that wish to speak to this? I would just say briefly, I know Commissioner Preckwinkle raised this last year around this time, particularly on the second slide with that gap that we discussed very candidly. So we appreciate your work on highlighting and putting in the diligent work to project us in a more positive way, particularly with the assets as well as what we have incoming. So thank you for that work. Right?
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. Now for consideration of approval of the proposed Richard J. Daley Center 2025 operating and capital budget. Chair recognizes Executive Director Kitterow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Transwestern Commercial Services, the property manager for the Richard J. Daley Center, in conjunction with the PBC, developed an annual budget to cover the operating and maintenance costs for the building, as well as a budget for capital projects which support maintaining and upgrading the 59-year-old facility. The 2025 operating expense budget is $21,760,788, which reflects an increase of 4.39% or $915,527 over the 2024 budget. This small increase is primarily a result of annual increases to utility expenses stemming from enhanced operations of the building mechanical system. Union scale wages increase for cleaning and security engineering are also contributing factors. One of the primary operating goals for 2024 was to procure the tenancy for the retail space on the concourse level. The building has executed a lease with Cafe Descartes to replace Starbucks. Cafe Descartes is anticipated to occupy the space fourth quarter of this year. Leasing of this vacant space will provide a rent stream in the 2025 budget and will benefit visitors and staff in and around the Daley Center. The capital improvement plan for 2025 is $2,783,209, which represents a $1 million decrease over the 2024 capital improvement plan budget. There are also 7 2024 capital projects that are being carried over into 2025. Together, the 2025 PBC administrative budget and Daley Center's budget affirm our commitment to look to the future of the PBC by dedicating ourselves to prudent budgeting while striving to reach our goals to ensure everyone's safety and health. Special thanks to the Daley Center property manager, Transwestern, and the PBC finance team led by Tanya Fouché-Weekly for their work on compiling the proposed 2025 budgets. That concludes my report on the 2025 Daley Center operating and capital budget.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve the
There is a
recommendation?
motion.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. Now, Mr. Collins, Department of Consideration of approval for an request from the Park District for the Kettles Park Field Health Project located at 3101 West Chicago Avenue. The chair recognizes Executive Director Gayro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Chicago Park District requested PBC undertake a project to develop a new field house at Kells Park in the amount of $17 million. PBC will work with the Park District to confirm the program scope and schedule that can be accommodated within the available budget. I would like to thank our partners at the Park District as we work together on this important investment for the Humboldt Park community. Happy to see our partner, Heather Gleason here, Director of Planning and Construction for the Park District. Thank you, Heather. That concludes my report for item C1.
Very well, thank you, Executive Director. Is there a motion to approve this recommendation? There's a motion to approve. Is there a second? Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. Is there a motion to adjourn?
There is one question. There is no minutes to be approved.
We already approved the minutes at the very beginning. I believe we did it.
Did we?
I'm sure that we did. Thank you. We're just
I know
double
we
checking.
adjourned.
There's been a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any